Sunny days, sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. I wear glasses 'cause I'm so cool. I can predict the charts. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days. Join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month.
Good evening, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG. Well, good morning, Kumar. It's nice to see you woke up. He's on the other side of the world in India. So he just got a nice, good night of sleep. We've been going back and forth talking about Solana. And Solana, yes. Solana did have a nice drop earlier in the day, but it has recovered somewhat. But does this not look like it's starting to form the head and shoulders reversal pattern on the bear pennant? Although it's not on really a bear pennant. It's actually just absolutely beside itself right now. There's no pennants here. This is just the old-fashioned, oh boy. But we called it down to 123 minimum, so I'm not too worried about it. We're either going to bounce off of this. We've already talked about this with Solana. You guys can go back in the database. But there is one for JD. Yes, JD. I did not forget about XYO. And guys, this is what I do. This is why I'm the best in the business. And if you don't think so, well, get the fuck out. Even if you... Actually, you know what? That's kind of harsh. You don't have to think I'm the best in the business. But if you're going to be cool, if you're going to, get along, and if you're going to contribute something, I appreciate you. And I want you to stay and help out somebody who may not know as much as you. Or maybe you don't know as much as anybody and you need some help in the technical analysis. Well, I'm going to give you the up-to-the-date, up-to-the-minute technical analysis. No bullshit, no FUD, no buy my Robinhood bullshit, no use my links, no buy 10 stocks and get this for free. You're never going to see any of that shit. The only advertisement you will see is join Tom's Army. That's it. We have 185 people that are join Tom's Army. It's $9.99 a month. I put all my content out for free on all 3 stations in the hopes that when you guys are doing successful, you're doing good, or you've learned a lot and you want to pay it forward, you'll simply join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month. And we go on. That's it. Simple, easy peasy. So, this one's hard, JD, because it just came online. I mean, obviously, the first thing I'd be looking for is to see what we're going to do, where we're going to hold. But if we wanted to, we could kind of say that, this is so tough. These are so hard to do because we have no history. First things first, I'd be looking for a drop down to 2.8. It's just, that's what I would be looking for. Although we've had some nice wick pullbacks right here, I'd be looking for something like this, and then maybe it catches this area or it comes down farther. We have no history. We don't know if it's going to fall through this. I can tell you one thing, the volume is crashing, and that's never a good sign. Even when it made the push up here, we didn't get any added volume, so we just kind of died out. So if there's no volume, I'd continue to watch this go down. But eventually, I would believe that this would either have to, because this could be a left shoulder, a head, and then we could have, come across and maybe do this one more time or shoot up a little bit. But I would wait to see if we bounce off the support at 0.28. I really would. And we don't even know if that's real support. That's just that we're so new, and that's actually somewhere where it dropped, and then it fucking banged out of there. So we could be lowering a pennant, if you want to look at it like that, but we've already come down so far that it very well might have invalidated this pennant. No. It's close. It's outside the pennant right now, that's for sure. Like, it's outside of it. So, it's definitely outside the pennant right now. So, JD, my best bet, my best guess for you is to wait and see how it reacts at 0.28. I know it's only at 0.34, like 3.5 cents. Wait to see how it acts to like 2 3/4 cents. See if it can use that and show us our first support, our real support. And it would be a double tap now. Because the first time before the big gainer, when it first came online, It tested that as support and it worked. Now let's see if it comes back down, tested as support, and get a rerun up to the local top. That is what I would advise you for XYO. And then for just somebody asking me in comments who's been real nice. Didn't think I would do it, but I'm going to do it. ALBT. I know nothing about ALBT except what I'm seeing in front of me right now. And much like some of the other ones, we very well could be working on a pennant here. A very nice pennant. Uptrending support, downsloping resistance. We very well could be working on this. And if we are, we could measure this pole, and this will tell us which way we're going to move. So either way, we're not going to go all the way to the top because it was a big wick and I don't want to influence your decisions too much. So if it were to pop up out of this, you know, that's a nice move to $1.61. But if it breaks down, and this is what it looks like to me when I'm looking at this, this looks like nothing more than a head and shoulders topping reversal, or it's gonna, yeah, that's what it looks like, or it's gonna come up and try to make some weird M. But it's either way, they're both reversal patterns. Now I'd expect to see this down here at like 61 cents if it breaks down out of this pennant, which it looks like it might. It also looks like it's playing very heavily off of Bitcoin by the look of what it looks like, because that's pretty similar to Bitcoin. But if it breaks up, that's what you have to look at. Is it worth it? You're going to about $1.68, $1.66, somewhere in that range. So either down to 60 cents or up to about $1.60. Let's just say that. $1.60 or 60 cents, basically. Or $1.68 and 60 cents. So that's the best we can do for ALBT. We're going to have to wait and see, but it looks like it's on a similar pattern as the rest. At least the ones that are possibly starting reversals. So now let's get into the real business. So with XRP, we're waiting on the close. I was trying to kill time, and I did a fantastic job. It's 7:58, right before the close at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States of America. Check your local times to the Eastern Standard Time zone, and you too will be able to do this. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm doing a lot of work for you guys. I ask very little in return. All I ask is sometime down the road you join Tom's Army. Hit that motherfucking like button. Hit subscribe if you're watching my content. Quit being a douchebag. And also, turn that bell notification to all. Don't give YouTube any reason not to tell you. And then also check out my Twitter and my other YouTube pages. All those links are in the video description below, so there are no excuses. So, at 7:59, I was really hoping that XRP would stay up a little bit higher. Because now it's going to be right at the bottom edge of this fucking pennant when it closes. So now we could make a quick boom off of that. And that's what that big up and down that I have right there. I'm looking to see if we can get one more real quick spike. But that volume, guys, is just absolutely horrendous. We could have made noise again today on the daily. And we didn't do dick. XRP looks awful. The only good thing about XRP is it's at the bottom of the bear pennant right now. Which means it could possibly, with no problem, pop up to 116 even with no volume. And if it overextends to 123, that's a I don't know why it was at 124. But if it overextends to 123, it is a possibility. It can. And from here, you're talking, that's not bad if it got up there. That's about 15%. If it just got back up to the top of the pennant, you're talking about 9.5%. So between 9.5% and 15% or 17% could be on the table for XRP before any kind of drop. If we go back to the top of the wedge, the triangle. And that's how all of these are. Most of these are down at the bottom of their patterns right now. XLM is trying to bounce out of its pattern, but we can re-update this to make it longer, but it's got to make a move sometime, XLM. Something's going to have to give in the next couple days, day or two. Because that's another daily candle filled out. Now it's starting to come outside the box. DGB, still got a little bit of room. So, not too worried about it. We're at the bottom again. These are all at the bottom of the triangle. So if we try to do something, this might be a nice reversal candle or a fake out candle on the daily to be able to make some noise. But if you were going to make that decision, you'd have to do this rather quickly. And then just be aware that XRP and XLM are on the verge of breaking out of the pennant to the downside. And once they break to the downside, we're going to have a big sudden move down. And that's probably what Bitcoin's correlating to. No, Bitcoin's still up in the... See, Bitcoin's, such a... See, that tells me that we're probably going up to 50,000 with Bitcoin, or close to it. I've had 3 out of 4 that are going up, 1 going down. And that's in a small pennant, as I told you guys earlier, in Bitcoin. So we may be in a bear pennant, but we also have a bull pennant flag, a very small one at that. That'll probably bust us up back to the top side of here somewhere in this area. And then that would correlate with XRP, likely going up to $1.12 or $1.14, maybe $1.16. And if it got an overextended push, $1.23. But I like to tell you guys what I'm seeing on the charts. If you don't like that, too damn bad. So that's what I'm seeing, guys. We closed over 47,000. It was shaky, but it did stay over 47. You would want it to close over 48, but that doesn't mean that this couldn't have been a hold candle. Like I always say, these can be hold candles, but we did just have 3 ups. Now we have kind of a hold, it looks like. This could very easily break down on itself, even though it looks like a small pennant with all the rest of the stuff going on. But this is definitely a reversal candle. One way or the other, this is a reversal candle. So we're going to have to watch this very closely. Typically, these will start... See, and this is the thing. This could start out with a great boost up, but it can also start out with a huge drop. And because we still have 24 hours left on the daily candle, we could be down to 44,000, and it could pull right back up to 47, and it wouldn't even have mattered. Because it didn't close the daily under. Very tricky. So I always look for big drops or big gains right off the bat when it flips the clock. This one could go either way. It looks like we could have the bottom fall out on us, but at the same time, like I said, Bitcoin could use that as a pennant. One of my better calls that nobody ever talks about was AGI. My video got 127 retweets on Twitter, which is the most I've ever had, which I think is kind of cool. And in that video, AGI was almost 50 cents, and I said we were going to crash down to 35 cents. Imminently. And that was also the one with Algo that I made a fantastic call on right before it started running. And then just all the levels were dead on. So a lot of people got to watch that, which is fantastic. So if you're a fan of AGI, we had that first target down at 35 cents, 34.8, a very long time ago. So that would be the double bottom. And at 48.1, that's when I made that video and said we're going all the way to 34. There's nothing even relevant in between. So, you wonder why I'm the best in the business? It's because I am the best in the business. You know how you become the best in the business? You have a repertoire of stuff. And you not only make predictions, but you do it on the fly. I'm not just making a prediction that we're going to crash. I'm telling you every single day within the trading zones and exactly what can happen, when it's going to happen, and how it's going to happen. And all you have to do is simply follow what I draw. And if it goes one of 2 ways, you already know with XRP. If we bounce down out of the pennant, you know we're going to 60 cents probably. With 1 chance to hold 93, which seems highly unlikely after a small bounce. And then if we go up, you know, we have a possibility to go to 123. And if we can break that and close over 130, we can go up to 157 possibly. Same token, if we close under $1, in my opinion, at 99.9 or lower, we have a chance to go all the way down to 60 cents. So be very, very careful and be smart. Make sure to hit that motherfucking like button. I would highly, highly encourage it. It helps me get through the analytics. And more people deserve to see my content and not all the fun and bullshit YouTube puts out every single day.